Like, I got stuck on the toilet with no one to help. I didn't know what to do.
It ain't done well, so we can improve it.
Boring.
I regret all of this already. Cut. We're done. I'm a little stressed right now.
You love working with me. This is what people have been concerned about, and you're just letting them win. He's so mad at me. He's so mad. Are you gonna have a meltdown?
You're really getting on my f***ing nerves right now. Our first fight. We just had it.
I want to kill you.
Right here live.
I am going to choke you out.
Just stick a needle in my eye.
Shut up. I'm going to slam him down. He only smiles when he talks about the Apple Store.
Welcome to the Wife Approved Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm Caroline.
Let's go. You have a bit of a glow this week, I've noticed.
We were celebrating Donna's heavenly birthday with my dad last night. We were with some of the Shockners. That's my side of the family. We've talked about the Shockners in general. My dad has gotten, I think, 8 sibs, so there's like 9. I get him and Donna mixed up because they both had a lot of sibs. But I think my dad's 9. I think Donna was 8.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And so we were with them, celebrating, and one of his sisters looked at me. We were all outside leaving, and she was like, "What are you doing with your makeup?" And I know my makeup looks like shit on this camera. It does. It just does. Like, I look different every week, whatever. But she was like, "What are you doing different? It just looks so good." And she was like a natural, but still makeup. Like, just you look so refreshed, and it just looks really good. So I go, and I'm like, "Really?" I was like, well, it's a really good foundation, because it is. It's House Labs. Ladies, if you haven't tried it, it's really good. And I was like, I'm using a beauty blender now, and I'm wetting it. So I try not to put too much on. And we had a dinner fiasco, so me and Shane had to sit at the bar for the dinner, and everybody else got to sit at a table. We'll just skip over all that. Long story, but I looked up reviews, and I might leave one.
Uh-oh.
And then I just looked at her. I was like, but I quit my job last week. And she's like, what? Like, oh, I knew we didn't get to catch up. But she's like, dang it, because we all didn't get to sit together. She's like, oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I look less stressed? And
it ain't the makeup. It ain't the makeup.
She's like, I was like, I look less stressed, don't I? She's like, yes, that is it.
Yeah.
It might really just be my makeup, but I don't know.
It's probably the job. I could tell for sure. You mentioned it last week we talked, and it was literally, I think, 2 days, so less than 48 hours after your last day of work. And
I was hungover.
You said, yeah, we were both a little hungover last week because we celebrated that a little bit with your work friends. But you said that you felt like a huge weight has been lifted off your shoulders.
Well,
I was just going to say that you can see it visibly.
You can?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what Aunt Tracy noticed. I could see it for sure.
You can?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, am I not furrowed? Is my brow not furrowed?
When, like, you've ever been around somebody that's just so stressed, I'm sure you've seen it in me all the time. Hell, you might see it right now.
Oh, I did.
You could see it. Yeah, you're like, what's wrong with you? You've been in that constant mode for quite a while.
I think
now.
it was survival mode.
Probably like 6 months. But, when somebody's just so stressed, they don't even have to say a word. You could just look at them.
Like that. That's
you could
so
just look
sad.
at them and tell. That's how stressed you've been. Yeah. And
I was still nice,
maybe
right?
I'm not saying you were a jerk or anything.
Oh God, what was I really? Did I have the RBF?
No, not like that. You could just tell when somebody's just really stressed out, when they're, not to say you look bad or anything like that, but you could just tell you're just carrying around that weight. And
dragging me down,
this week,
baby.
This week I could tell you just look like that weight has been lifted.
Well, little did I know, recording Friday. So I'm hungover Friday. Like, I get hungover, just for the record, like, really easy. I can have 2 beers and be hungover.
Lightweight.
I just don't drink that much. It's not like I don't get drunk and, like, I can handle my alcohol, but I'm severely affected by alcohol. Like, now, especially. I always have been, but I can have 2 beers and be hungover. So, like, what I have, like, probably had 4 or 5 drinks, maybe from, like, 6 to, like, I think I got home at 1 or 2 in the morning. It's not like I'm pounding drinks. Anyway, so we recorded Friday. We were hungover. Saturday, I was in excruciating pain. So my point to all this is like, yeah, it's been a little over a week, but like I haven't even really been able to like process because I've been in so much pain. So my back hurts, like the worst pain like ever. Like I almost went to the emergency room. I was up all night Saturday night crying. Sunday was
Yeah.
horrible, and pretty much it's getting teeny bit better, but like sitting here hurts. Everything hurts. I'm in so much pain. I can't even like, I'm like,
You want to just enjoy it,
oh my God, like,
but you
oh,
can't.
I have a little bit of time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can clean out this closet. My house is like a wreck.
Yeah.
My cabinets need to be scrubbed. I'm like looking at everything, like especially on the floor, because like you did the closet, you talked about that,
Mm-hmm.
and there's stuff everywhere that I need to put up, and I just can't. Like I cannot risk bending down. Like I didn't sleep well last night. I fell asleep in the recliner.
Well,
I had a rough night.
just,
Again, my back hurt all night long. And so
Yeah.
this whole week, I'm like, I finally broke the chains. And I've been in
life.
pain.
Yeah. Well, lower back pain is horrible.
Well, I already have middle
You sound
back.
like a couple of old fuckers
Oh
sitting
my
here now.
gosh.
But lower back pain is terrible. I've been through it myself.
Dude, and I already have like middle back. It has
In
been.
fact, I seem to like throw out my back really bad every like 6 months or so. And I just went through it, and I can, you can like, you can't even hardly walk around.
No,
the
you can't
house,
sleep.
So, I mean, you just
like
gotta,
I got stuck on the toilet with no one to help. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I sat there. It was, again, like I've had really
it's
bad
rough.
flares, but
Well,
this is the most horrific pain ever. Like crying up all night.
I'm
About
ready
to go
for
to
you
ER.
to feel better too, because you have been complaining.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Stop.
It's bad. So my
is
first
bad.
week, I feel like could have been so much better. I feel like I haven't
Yeah.
even like really got to experience. I'm hurting right now. Like I'm miserable. It's better. So, but I'm like, what a thing. Like I break free
Yeah.
and then I'm hurt.
Well,
So it's like I feel like I should have a better update though.
It's
like,
all temporary.
I wanted to be in the gym every day.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like doing all these things, and I'm stuck in my house in my robe.
I think you'd be in the house in that robe no matter what.
I like my robe.
I know you do. My stomach's growling. You hear it? I don't know.
Sounded like thunder.
The microphones might have picked that up. I say that it takes a little while before those kind of changes really kick in anyways. Like it'll probably take a little while before it really sets in, like leaving corporate life. And regarding the back pain, it does suck. Like I just went through it, and I was out for about like 3 weeks because I've learned like just when like you've been doing, just trying not to re-injure it or whatever, I don't know, not to stress it too much. So you just really got to take it easy. But man, doesn't that make you appreciate just feeling good when you're like in that much pain? Because I just couldn't stop thinking about people who deal with that type of like intense,
well, my mom said that's what she's feeling
all the time. Mm-hmm. Like that, I know, and whatever it is, you tweak something, whatever, eventually it's going to get better. And so you're just like,
I have like I have constant middle back pain, and it is annoying. It's like all you can think about, and it bothers you, and it's intense, and it is like very, very painful. I've never had middle back. I've always, usually the back, it's not the middle, like where your bra is, whatever. I deal with middle back pain all the time. Lower back is something else.
It's debilitating.
It is. And again, middle is too, because it's a constant pain, but it's just different. I can't even explain it. So I feel like my week's been a little boring, but where did I say I was going the other day? And I was like, oh my God, like I still feel chained to this house. Yeah. And I know that sounds like so stupid, but like you were talking about the pool, like when I was working, I felt like I couldn't go to the gym, but without having to check my email and look, like you just feel like I got to get back and I got to see what I missed and these deadlines, and I still feel that. Does that take a while? Like I think I looked at you and was like, I'm going to go get my eyebrows waxed.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave.
I think that's what you were doing.
And I was like looking at you. I was like, oh.
You're like, it kind of like clicked in that moment. You're like, oh, I could just sorry, my stomach is.
Are you hungry?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it is getting close to the time I normally
ate
eat.
my leftovers already.
I usually fast all morning until about 2:00 in the afternoon. So we're getting there. But yeah, I think it clicked in that moment when you were talking to me like, oh, I can just go. I can just go and leave and do whatever. And that probably comes from walking or working at home. You've worked from home a bit, so you have that, I don't know, muscle memory
Yeah.
where you're just like, you got to check your email. You got to be here. You got to be available.
Yes,
You
it's
got
so
to,
bad.
have your work phone and all that kind of stuff. And it's like what I said. I remember when it was a couple weeks probably after, for me, after I quit my job a few years back, and it just clicked. I was just like, it was the middle of the day, and I was like, man, I think I was riding through town, going somewhere, going to the gym or coming from the gym, and it's like, man, I just don't have to rush for anybody except for myself. It is kind of nice when it's all self-induced stress. So there's really no excuse to be stressed out, which I need to take my own advice
Yeah,
because
because
I'm
you look
like
like you've been
stressed
drinking.
out this morning. Yeah.
You look like you've been drinking. I have a lot to do. I think I'm feeling the pressure for like health insurance. That's like the number one thing people have like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know.
So is that what I know you mentioned last week that a lot of people have fears or whatever
Yeah.
towards you or
Yeah, well,
whatever.
yeah,
I don't know
they've
how
been
to,
like
how to say
they're
that,
like
but
concerns.
concerns. Okay. So what are those concerns that other
It's
people
health
share?
insurance is
That's
the
it?
biggest one. Well, yeah, like health insurance really, like benefits is what they say.
Benefits.
401k, that is a big deal. I mean, saving for retirement is like super important. I want to talk about the health insurance stuff, and I am feeling stressed about it because if anyone's listening has experience, like I need help. I need y'all to comment or email us. So I have till the end of the month, we're covered. I pay probably around like $400 and something dollars, maybe more. I think we've got like a $6,500 deductible. It's like high deductible. It still isn't great like insurance or whatever. And so I've done everything from like, and I have friends in insurance, and then I do have friends that are like realtors that have insurance and they use brokers or whatever. But I've figured out that most of these brokers are just going through like the Obamacare or I think they call it ACA or whatever it is website.
Mm-hmm.
And before I quit, I did go on there and quote, but you only get subsidies, meaning discounts, if you make under a certain amount of money together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I was just putting a number in there, or maybe I skipped that part. And so I was thinking it was like $1,000 to $1,500, which is a lot. And the deductibles are like I thought 6,500 was high. That's nothing. So you got to make sure that you get in a plan that's not a regional plan. That's what just happened to Mariko. She got stuck in some regional plan. This ACA lady talked her into, oh yeah, it's covered. It's a regional plan. No one takes it. Okay. Oh. Didn't know that. So that was good that I was talking to a rep that knew what he was talking about. But we don't qualify for any subsidy. I've learned that. So that's through the ACA. And then I went through a friend who has his own business, like a restaurant he owns. And again, he's like my finance guy. But he can do like business plans, like health insurance plans, thinking about maybe running it through the business and see if we could get a better deal. It was $1,700 each for like me and you. And then it was like even more for the kids to cover them a month. Okay. And I'm like, all right, business plan's out the window. I don't care if it's a write-off. No.
Okay.
So I looked last week, and my concerns were like my urologist will not take ACA coverage, period. Obamacare. They call it the prefix. So like if you have health insurance, like your plan will be like ABC and a bunch of numbers, or EFG, a bunch of numbers. There's all these like prefixes. I'm like schooling you right now because you're looking at me like, what are you talking about?
I was thinking you were talking last week, you were talking about quitting your job, and you're like, I think this episode's boring. And I'm thinking right now, like, God, just stick a fucking needle in my eye. I hate talking about.
Well, this might be helpful for people.
Maybe it is.
Anyway, I need help. This is why we're talking about it. I don't even care if it's helpful.
This stuff makes me want to jump out the window.
I don't care if it's helpful. I mean, I kind of do. I'm being funny, but like I do need help. And who knows what somebody on here does. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I went to look. I have a doctor that my dad tried to see, and then my dad had like coverage through his work, and they were like, we don't take this. It's Obamacare. prefix, the first 3 letters. And my dad was like, no, it's not. It's through my job. And they're like, yes, it is. And no, it's not. I don't even remember what happened because he stayed with the doctor and he got his surgery and whatever. So I don't know if like I convinced him to just run it and be like, look, this is not, ACA coverage, whatever. I told that to 2 different reps this week who do this for a living. They're like, we've never heard of that in our life. And then they went on ACA with me and looked up that doctor and they were like, they're not in here. I was like, I told you.
So he was accepting it anyways.
No, they don't accept any Obamacare coverage. So I guess they ran my dad's and realized it was like actually through a company. So they took it. But like when this broker, health insurance broker, he's like, I've never heard that. And I said, well, this other lady that, sent you to me had never heard it either. He's like, well, let me look and see if they're in there. So when you're on the Obamacare website, you can like type in your doctors and make sure that they are covered under whatever plan. So he did that and he was like, they're not in here. He's like, I have never seen that like in my career. And I was like, I'm telling you. So it makes me scared to like go through ACA, but I think that's like our only option at this point. And it's going to be like ridiculous. It's going to be like $1,500 a month for a $15,000 deductible. So we're paying $1,500 a month. Our deductible is $15,000. So that means we're paying $15,000 plus whatever these premiums are just to have health insurance, right? I mean, basically, because $15,000 deductible means you're paying everything up to $15,000 plus the premium. So I'm like, I need help. So if anybody knows someone that sells private plans, it's not that expensive. I don't know. But what I'm really looking for is what if we're just self-pay and then you get a 50% discount off everything, like cut. Self-pay is like half.
That's what's so ridiculous about this whole system, the whole healthcare system. It's insane.
It is insane, but I'm looking for like catastrophe policy. So like, I know MetLife has like cancer, hospitalization, hospital indemnity, which is like surgeries, but I think they only offer it for like groups. So, and I don't think Aflac is like really what I'm looking for. It's kind of different. I'm like looking for a policy. So if anyone has like a catastrophe type surgery, cancer, whatever policy that I can obtain or research, please let me know. And we have other creators that like have shared stuff with me. Like, they do like this shared health stuff. And that's just like, I really looked into it, spent days. It's just too much. It's too complicated for me to think about or deal with. I don't know. Maybe I should revisit it now that I've seen $1,600 a month for a $15,000 deductible.
Might be the way to go because I've heard of a few that use that. So,
but if y'all know of any, like, I think a catastrophe policy would be great, and we just self-pay everything. Like, I think that really would be the best route, but I can't figure out like how we can individually get those policies for like me, you, and the kids. So if you do this or you know anyone, but that has been everyone's concern. And I get it.
That's the biggest. I'm just surprised that I get it.
What do you think the biggest
you need
concern?
Health coverage, but I don't know. I'm just surprised that's what I guess I just never looked at benefits as being
I always carry
that
them.
beneficial. Well, once you get older, like when you're younger, it's like that's the main thing.
We are on here talking about our backs. We're getting older.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When I was younger, I felt like getting a job with benefits was like the most important thing.
Well, just think about how many people we know that have had unexpected cancer.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, I know you got to have coverage. I hate all that stuff.
I know you do.
I hate it. And
what would you do if I hated it though? Would you do it?
This is where it'll be interesting to kind of see moving forward, like who's doing what in our in this whole job, this whole new venture.
I already know what I'm going to be doing.
You're obviously very good at that stuff. So
I don't feel very good. I'm stressing out.
Who may have missed that. She has for the past many years worked in claims, paralegal, done all kinds of stuff like on the legal side, but you've dealt with insurance companies, all that stuff. You're really good at it. You've got experience working with insurance companies like crazy and all that stuff. So you're good at it. You know what you're doing a lot more than somebody like me. But to answer your question, if you weren't doing it, I would just figure it out. I would have to do that stuff, but I'm lucky I have you and you don't have to figure. I don't have to figure that out.
Do you know? So like, I don't work with health insurance and I never have. Do you know why I'm good at health insurance? And like, I by no means like know the ins and the outs and whatever. But the reason, did you see that? God, I like chicken neck the microphone. The reason I'm good and semi understand health insurance is because I had to, right? Like when I was signing us up for benefits, like even when you were carrying the health insurance, I did your renewal or whatever. So I was always the one picking them, and I did not know what I was doing, but I always like added up the premium plus the deductible and go, okay, we're going to spend this much, or we're going to spend this much, or, like silver, bronze, gold, whatever. And so I didn't know what I was doing, but I had to do it.
But you did it. And the reason you did it was twofold. One, you're just better at it than I am. So that's one reason. Two, I was always working multiple jobs. And so, when it came to stuff like that, I'm working different jobs in the evenings and the weekends half the time. So stuff like that you would take over. And because I'm just like,
you just hate it.
I do just hate it
anything.
For sure. But like if I didn't have you, I would have to do it, but I have you. And so, part of the reasons I'm working multiple jobs is for you. So if I didn't have you, maybe I wouldn't have to do multiple jobs. I'm just kidding.
God dang. If I show up deceased, we know who did it. Investigate Shane.
What?
If I didn't have you, I wouldn't have to work so many jobs.
No, I'm kidding. But I've always, for many, many years had multiple jobs. Even before YouTube, I did stuff freelancing on the side and tried to work as much as I could just to make, extra money for the family and stuff. So when it came to those kinds of things, because, I figured you would do it better too. You would probably, you do your research. You're very thorough. I'm not so much when it comes to that. I'm just like, check the boxes.
I don't feel like you're not thorough.
I
just feel like you're intentionally bad at it so that I have to do it.
Well, at this point, yeah. I
need to start doing that shit.
I don't need to be good at it because I got you.
Let you try to make me start posting some shit on Instagram, like posting your damn shorts. I'm going to do so bad that you don't ask me to do it.
Well, what are you going to do then with this job?
What do you mean, what am I going to do? I will slap you out of that chair.
It's an honest question. Calm down.
Oh, I thought you were like being... I don't know what I thought.
I know. You need to chill out. You're getting too feisty.
Oh, you get me all worked up.
So what's your job?
It's back end stuff. It's basically all...
sponsors, contracts, agreements.
Emails as far as sponsorships. So working with the brands to see if it's a fit or not. A zillion emails, just trying to agree on pricing. And even once you agree on pricing, it's another more zillion emails and 100 million page contract reviews and comments and back and forth and back and forth. It is a lot. Invoicing. Mm-hmm. What else? Tax stuff. What else? What else do I do? Oh, like estimates. So that's part of a contract. Like if we write the contracts.
So I'm thinking we could probably add in social media posting to that list.
No. I do all the banking. I make sure all the payroll gets paid every week by me. I make sure that the payroll taxes are paid. I pay the quarterly stuff. And then I also, like, once contracts are signed, like I put everything in your little, this platform that you use to stay organized and make sure deliverables and just kind of keep track of all that stuff. So I put everything in a calendar thingy, whatever you use, which I need to get better at using.
Yeah, we need to streamline that.
And then you go create. So I'm all business, no fun, except for when you allow me to be in your videos.
Yeah, plus the podcast.
Oh yeah, this is my fun stuff. So that's what I do, and it's really just marketing, I guess, is kind of what we do and what this is. It's like you're really into smart home tech and stuff, and you were going to be doing it anyway, I think, and you were just for fun. And then because of YouTube and how it is and brands, just like you see TV commercials, the same thing. It's like commercials, but to Shane's audience on his channel. And that's kind of how it works. It's like marketing, basically. That's kind of how I see it.
What works? Brand deals?
This business and brand deals, like they want it.
Well,
they want it.
Brand deals work, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they want to add spot in his content. And so I kind of deal with all that stuff. That's just part of it. But I want to say that I got another awkward. We talked last week about how I'm like really not good at accepting compliments. And I've realized, like, I think I'm realizing more and more how terrible I am at it. So this week I got like the sweetest comment, and there was all kind of really nice comments. Like, obviously like posted about it because it's important to me. I don't typically post a whole bunch. That might change, but I posted about it because it's like a milestone. I had so many sweet comments. So everybody that commented that I know personally and that maybe I don't, thank you. It was really sweet. But I got like one that like really stuck out, and like, I don't know, it just made me like, really? I've had 3 moments like that this week. And so the comment was a lady that I used to work with, who I care for, who has fought cancer. And I worked with her for a period of probably 3 years, maybe, I don't know, maybe more. And, she fought cancer, and I tried to like cheer her up through that or whatever. We've like kind of stayed in touch through social media. So she commented, and I don't know if she commented on my work post or if it was my stepmom's post, but it was like one of the posts that I shared in the last day or two or a couple days. And she was you are easy to love, you and Shane. And she was like, not everybody is this way, but I learned a long time ago to treat people how you want to be treated. And that just like hit me, because I'm like, I'm easy to like, like I think we've like kind of like touched on.
She hadn't had to live with you. I'm just kidding. I couldn't resist.
I think, well, and then I'll just go to like the next one is like a text. I told you about like my friend Kelly texted me, and she ran into a lady that we know, and she's like, I didn't know you knew her. And I was like, yeah, she's awesome, amazing. And she was like, she thinks really highly of you. And I was like, really? And I don't think this woman has like anything, maybe she does know what's going on because we are friends on social media, but I was like, really? Like, that's so sweet. Like, tell her I love her, whatever. Right? Okay. And so then while I was at Macy's IGP meeting today, excuse me, I had my aunt called me on my dad's side. So it's like another shocker. We talk about he's got all these sisters. Okay. And one of them called me today, and my heart sank. Like, I've got some trauma, right? And so anytime like someone in my family calls me that doesn't call me all the time, I get scared and think someone died or something happened. One of the kids has embarrassed us, or who the hell knows, right? Just, You never know, right? And so I'm like, I call her back, and, I'm like waiting for her to drop a bomb on me or something. I don't know. That's horrible.
You need to fix your...
I am, and I'm hoping that I will. I'm getting better.
More optimistic.
But I was worried. Well, some of like my family like has cancer, and like so they're all up there. So
what'd she say?
She's like, I watched your podcast last week, and then I'm like,
uh-oh.
Because like they're like my family's like super Christian, like whatever, and we're over here like F this, F that, but that's me, and they know that, and that's just how I've always been. Shane drops more F-bombs than me. But anyway, and she just starts talking about it, and she goes into kind of like what she's going through right now, and we kind of talk about that, and I keep that private or whatever, but I was just like talking to her. We were just talking about life, and I think she just kind of wanted to talk through some things, because she was like, you're right, and talking about leaving corporate America, and she's homeschooled some kids. Some of her kids are in public school. She's had all these side businesses. Her husband is the primary provider, but whatever. And great woman, person, mom, whatever, grandma too. So at the end of the call, like I'm still kind of in the back of my head, like, everything's okay. Is everything okay? I think everything's okay. And I was giving her some advice or whatever. And she was like, I just want to tell you, like, your work, back to the podcast. She's like, I watched their podcast. And she was like, your work ethic. She was like, I'm just so proud of that. And I wanted to tell you that. And like, I was quiet because I didn't know what to say. And she was like, and I'm just really, really proud of you, Caroline. You're such a good person. And she was like, and your grandparents would be proud of you. I could cry. And both my grandparents on that side are gone. And I was like, now you heard me say last week, I don't take compliments, and you're calling me and telling me this verbally. Like, it didn't like you're texting me and I can be awkward. I'm like, she's like, Caroline, just say thank you. And she was like, I'm not good at taking them either, but I'm trying to do better. And you just say thank you. And I probably missed some things she said, but it was very like sweet. And she was like, y'all are going to do amazing things. And a lot of people have said that, and I'm not trying to like leave people out, because there's been so many supportive, pretty much everybody. I don't think I've had anything negative, at least said to my face. Y'all might be saying it behind my back, but
Yeah, most of the time that's how it goes.
But there's been so much love, and I've realized that I think like I've needed that. You know, in old episodes, we've talked about a period of time where we had some hate, you know, what in the last year, 2 years, probably 2 years ago now, you know, when someone's talking like really bad about you, it makes you like question yourself. Like, is that how everybody sees me? I think that person even told me that everyone says that about me. Like whatever that person was saying about me, they reiterated that everyone says that, you know, and so then you start going like, really?
Started to
Yeah, like it makes you feel really
believe it.
bad about yourself, and you're like I don't want people to perceive me, but and truly like I know who I am, and like even in that situation I was a bigger and better person because I am bigger and better, and like I know all that, and I don't need validation or I don't need reassurance, but I think what I needed, I've realized that sitting today in that car, and my Aunt Michelle, you were the third in a row, you were like the icing on the cake, and I love you so much, is to know that there are good people in this world. Because that particular situation was like super hard because they were like family, supposed to be. And that's just different. But like this whole experience has shown me like people are kind still.
Oh yeah.
And they are good people. And we don't have any snakes in the garden anymore, and it's good. But I needed it. Like it just made me feel like, not because she's telling me how great I am or like any of that, but just because like she thought of me to pick the phone up and call me and tell me.
That's nice. That's
and
nice.
like my coworker that you didn't meet, June, I don't know if you've ever met her. She did the same thing. She's like, I want to hear your voice. Like she didn't email me on the work email. She picked up the phone and called me. So I'm leaving like people out, but I'm just overwhelmed by the kindness and the positivity. And it's like, there are good people, and like, I am a good person, right? You know, like, it's just like, you know, I like, you know, the Willie, Miss Willie. I'm like, I haven't seen her in so long.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you know who you are. You know, I guess it's just, it's human to let shit like that see, you know, it can seep in, and it can get to you, negativity and stuff like that, and hate and all that. But
what makes you question yourself? Because like you say, I know who I am.
It's a natural thing to feel that, but that's why I've taken steps to remove anybody from my life. I feel like for the most part that's not like a net positive at the end, you know? I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. You got to be around certain people or whatever. It is what it is, but you know, it is important to be around people that are positive and just good people. There is a lot of good people, and I do think we need more reminders of that, especially now.
Well, like say something. If you love someone, tell them. And I guess that's part of it
too. But I've just been thinking a lot lately about how toxic, and I mean, our world is fucking crazy right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking crazy.
I won't open
I'm
Twitter.
Just like
I won't open Twitter.
I've been, you know, even on like my algorithm is
dark.
It's not really dark. It's the times right now.
Veil is lifting.
Every conspiracy is coming true. Like I could get into it. I've been. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot going on, and it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it is, because we can't do anything about it.
All the stuff in the world. I've realized that for one, there's not much you can do about most of the stuff that's going on, and there's just I've found myself, you know, just lately, just with the current events, Epstein stuff, and just all the different. I mean, that's just scratching the surface. There's
Charlie
so
Kirk.
much stuff. It just it's been getting really weird lately. And I've found myself just like in, you know, when you're scrolling in these kind of loops of just like I just be bored for a second and then pull up my phone and I'm like, God, you know, I'm just looking through that. And then next thing you know, like not half the day, but like a portion of the day, every day you're just consuming all this stuff. And it gets like, I'm a little bit envious of anybody whose algorithm is just like cats falling off of the counter and shit
dogs.
like that. Like, cause mine is like, I'm going deep down into the universe and like all this crazy stuff. And it makes my brain want to explode sometimes. But when you're doing that, and so many of us are nowadays, you're consuming stuff all the time that's just, again, the world
I am
is
not.
crazy right now.
I will stay up to date, but I am not. I won't even let it even look like something dark. And I'm like, I fling by it because I don't want it to be on
I'm
my
not
thread.
really saying it's dark because that's our.
It's true.
It's
true.
Like, and I'm very interested in a lot of this stuff too. But
once you watch one video,
but it can be too much. It can be too much if you don't find the balance, right? And so I've always been somebody who can balance pretty well, like especially because I do a lot of stuff on screens, computers, social media, whatever. It's never really been an issue. I can like cut it off okay, but I've just found that lately, even just what I do consume is too much. I've actually thought about just putting like time limits on.
Oh my God, let me control it.
Limits.
Let me control it. Let me put you under parental control.
I don't need you to control my shit. You got enough damn control.
I'm gonna like type in what I want it to show you.
No, not that. And you can adjust your algorithm, which is cool now, like on Instagram. But I mean, I just want to like not even look at it at all. Like, cause it's and I've seen you do it. I've seen everybody does this. Like they'll you get bored for 2 seconds. You pull out your phone. I've seen you do this.
I did it last night.
You open an app.
I was watching you watching me.
You open an app and then you close it and you're like, we're just in this habit of just taking out a phone and opening apps without any intention of looking at something or doing something. And so I want to get to a point. Actually, I started like kind of scheduling and doing some reels, like some of my social media. Like, I don't know how much I would be on there if I didn't do it for work, but I love it. The good parts of it.
I do too.
But I've started using like some stuff online where like on the computer, on the desktop. So I'm thinking about like just shutting it off my phone and just using that to schedule different things. But it's a catch-22 because I do really like
interacting with
people like on Instagram and stuff like that.
It's balanced. Just quit watching just don't watch any more of the feed. Just skip over it. And then it'll lighten up and maybe like a dog video, or something light and fluffy.
I need to like some dog videos. You do. But I think that's also back to your point, like just about people and good people being out there. I think we probably now more than ever, we all need reminders of that. Like,
yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Like I needed that.
Yeah, I know. But I think people, we get so comfortable, and we're all guilty of it. We get so comfortable sitting in our house, especially if you're working at home and stuff like that, and you're not, and which you're going to experience now, you're not going to be around people in the office anymore. So it's even more so you need to take an effort to go and be around people. I'm not saying you don't, but I just mean people in general. Like I've started doing that to a degree. Like I'll reach out to somebody that maybe I haven't, I don't speak to a lot or often, or, just kind of random. I just be like, oh, you want to go grab a beer or something and go and hang out and just like be, somebody I know is a good person. I maybe just kind of reconnect with, and just to go out and get some more human interaction. And it's so beneficial. Like
nobody does that anymore. It's all like, social. It's again, everybody's on their phone and social media. But I think like for instance, like me getting a random text from a coworker talking about a friend that lived in our old neighborhood. Macy and her daughter were besties, and she's amazing. But I haven't hung her out with her. I've run into her in Lexington, but I haven't really seen her. And like Kelly's like, she thinks the world of you, and I'm like, really? Still, I don't know. Like it's just really been like mind blowing, and I think I needed that reminder. Like everybody in my family has been so supportive. Like my dad, my mom, my grandma, but really like just you're aware of this. Just like my dad's side of the family, like whether it's good news or bad news, they're just so supportive and positive. And I just needed, again, another coworker that I worked with 100 years ago in my first big girl job, sent and left that really, really nice comment. You're easy to love, you and Shane. And I'm just like, I don't know. It just like blows my mind. And I think people refrain because it's kind of awkward to tell people how you feel.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially for men. But even for me, like,
and you don't have to send some, mushy love note necessarily to anybody. I mean,
it was not mushy.
I know I'm being kind of dramatic about it, but from a guy's perspective, it doesn't have to be like that. So like if you're watching this and you haven't done it in a while, like this could be a reminder just to, send a
Call,
message,
pick up a phone.
go hang out with somebody you hadn't hung out with in a while, I mean, reignite some connections and stuff like that. 'Cause why not? I mean, we're all just human, but as far as, people saying good things, if you just treat people the way you want to be treated, that's, good.
Well,
Other good people will look at you that way.
It is, but you've had
you've
had conversations like talking about how you can get 100 good comments and then that one negative is the one you think about. And I know who I am, and I try to treat everybody like how I want to be treated, like even strangers, and you can get me there and I will like address things if I need to, but like I know who I am. I know how I handled that situation. I know it was right. But when you hear just the things, like it does make you like, question yourself, or like, do people think that of me? Or, I don't know. It just makes you go there. And so like, I just needed it. It was, I don't know. I haven't really been around anyone that shitty in a long time. So it was just really like a hard time for me to like deal with that. But I needed that. Like there's good people in this world. I don't know. It's just been so nice. Like the nicest, the most kindest things. And I'm really, truly like taken back by it. And I'm grateful and thankful that you all have been so kind to us and encouraging, but especially to say things like about my character and like things like that are like separate from work, not just like y'all are going to do great, amazing things, happy for you. Like to say things like that. I'm like, okay. Like I knew it and I know it, but I don't know, when you go through some crazy shit, it changes you, or, I don't know.
I mean, I just try not to let shitty people affect me too much.
I do too, but I am a human being, right? And so then I'm like,
well, it's a natural response, I think.
Like you say, that one negative comment on your video.
Well, the internet's a whole different beast for sure, and like everything is exaggerated times 10 on the internet as far as like negativity. I mean, people post the stupidest shit all the time, horrible things.
Oh yeah, I don't even give a shit.
I've seen
about
it all,
other people.
but I think we've talked about it before. But I think because of that, like my skin is just really thick when it comes to people, and YouTube has. I mean, I think I heard somewhere that like you don't really know who you are until you're like our age. I've just turned 40 this year, and I feel last year.
You're about to be 41, boo.
Yeah, so I just really know who I am, and maybe it's taken my whole life to get there. Maybe YouTube and being online and developing that thick skin had something to do with that. But I know who I am. I'm confident and comfortable in who I am. I try my best to treat other people well. If you don't like it, or if you want to be the opposite of that, then good riddance. I'll see you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like I get the craziest comments. Like that damn episode where we did our pet peeves. And I got like the negative comments about me on that. I don't even care.
And I know, I'm just saying
like,
that.
I don't care, but when it's personal and it's someone it's different.
I'm just saying, I think that, after years of dealing with that, that's just carried over into my real life. I just treat it all the same.
So you're thicker than a Snicker? He doesn't want to answer.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, you're talking about thick skin.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know.
I just
be a good person.
There's
simple.
Good people.
It's really simple. There is a lot of good out there.
Good.
Don't let all the negativity infiltrate your brain, whether it's online or in real life.
And if you're thinking about doing something, like sometimes I'll do this. Like if you're thinking about, God,
why are you having such a hard time with the microphone?
It's like
dude?
I chicken neck it because maybe I'm trying to look at the screen. I don't know.
Okay, well, stop looking. You don't need to look at the screen.
Yeah. Well,
look at me. Most people are just listening to this
sometimes
anyways.
I know, but like if you're thinking about doing something nice for someone, like I feel like that's a thing. Like I'll think about it, and I do nice things for people, and I say nice things to people. Could always be better and do more, but I just want to encourage people like what it means to let someone know what you really think about them, or something simple like send something, whatever, just do it. Like I feel like I think about it a lot, and then sometimes I'll act on it, and then sometimes I'll be like, oh crap, I forgot to do that. So it does impact you If you've never had it done to you, it'll make you feel awkward. You know, I'm on the phone like this morning, like, and like all these comments have made me kind of teary, but then kind of like awkward. And, you know, I got to figure out what to say back. And it's just been really like overwhelming, honestly, but in a good way, not in a bad way.
Interesting. Who would have thought quitting your job? Nobody damn messaged me nothing like that when I quit my job.
Are you jealous?
No.
Maybe I'm nicer than you.
That's possible. I don't think so. I'm pretty nice.
Okay, let's do a poll. Who's nicer? One thing people say, I did remember a second one. So benefits. And then the second one is us working together, which we touched on, you know, briefly last week or whatever. I don't think that's necessarily going to be a problem. We don't have to go into like, you know, we have separate spaces, all that. But what do you think potential arguments are? Like, what can you foresee us arguing about working together?
I mean, I don't know.
If it's Shark Week, it could be because you're breathing too loud. You know?
Oh, God. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh my God. Me. And all my coworkers were asking me, like, Kelly's like, who am I going to scare now? And I had to tell her who to scare because we do it to each other. I've got him 2 times this week.
Yeah, we might fight about that. She likes to jump out of corners and shit and scare me or
got
anybody.
Him twice.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Is that going to be our first fight?
I don't know. Maybe. Depends on my mood, man. You do that shit when it's all fun and games unless you're in a bad mood or you're not feeling good or something. And somebody does that, it makes it so annoying. But
it makes you so mad is what he was going to say. And then he said he's the more chill one.
I think I'm the more chill one. I think everybody would agree.
I doubt it.
So I don't know. I don't really think we'll fight. We'll probably disagree on some stuff when it comes to like, you know, work things and like real technical stuff when it comes to contracts and, you know, I'm just like, just do it. Let's just do it. You know, and you're like, oh no, you know, we need to charge for this.
I make sure you're protected.
And all that. And I'm like, let's just make it easy. That's what we'll complain about. You making shit complicated and me just trying to.
You have to be protected because you aren't thinking about legalities. And you can't just be like, it's fine. It's got to be covered.
I think first off, starting off, we might argue a little bit about processes and stuff like that, because I think that's where we really need to, now that you are, you know, you're not working anymore at your full-time job. I think that's the first thing we need to focus on is getting our processes really organized, because I am definitely somebody who needs to work that way. And I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's kind of chaotic and unorganized right now and can really be cleaned up just to
He's referring to the email.
The email is just one thing. I wasn't even thinking about email, actually.
Like, what are you thinking about?
No, there's a lot of stuff. Just, you know, calendars and I, you know, just everything as a whole. Like, I need everything to be really streamlined just to make it more efficient. I'm all about efficiency, which is probably where like the whole smart home and automations comes through, you know, like make everything just work really efficient. Automations or whatever it is, like there's a lot of stuff that I think we can really improve on for productivity just to make our lives easier, which requires a little bit of work up front.
Somebody pray for me.
But I want my day to go smooth every day, right? So you do a little bit of work to make everything run smoother.
Okay, but you have to remember that not everybody works the same, right? So just remember that when you're coming into process, I might have opinions. It'd be like, well, you're not the one doing it. That doesn't work for me.
Right. But if it's something that I'm involved in, then we need to,
look at his face. If y'all are not watching, this is going to be our first fight. You called it good.
I called it.
It is. Look at those mean eyes.
I'm very organized.
Y'all, if you're just listening, log into this section and look at his eyes, the way you're cutting them at me.
I'm not cutting my eyes. What are you talking about? Now I am. You're talking shit. I regret all of this already. Cut. We're done.
You're fired.
I'm thinking about it because I'm a little stressed right now, and we've got like multiple videos, and everything's all over the place, and
there's just contracts that aren't signed.
You can't just tell me it is just this. I'm the one doing all the stuff, and so I can see where everything is. Nothing is in the same place. I have to spend 5+ minutes every time I'm working on something new to try to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, things like that. So there's a lot of ways that we can streamline the process. You can tell me all day long that we don't need to or that it's fine, but when I'm doing it, it can be improved. So that's our first fight. We just had it.
I want to kill you.
Right here live.
I am going to choke you out. I do need you to show me how to make a calendar thingy in Notion.
Yeah, we got some.
Like I can make it.
Once I've been trying. I've not been like hassling you at all about anything. I've been letting you just kind of ease into it, But at some point, once you're settled in, we'll sit down and just kind of work on, talk about different things we can improve and stuff, and get all this in order. I mean, that's what it's all about. It'll make both of our lives easier, So you're not having to call me every 5 minutes. You're working on something. Where's this? Or me doing the same thing to you. What's this? What am I supposed to be doing on this? What, when's the date
I upload most
for
of your
this?
stuff into Notion. I don't know what you're talking about.
It ain't done right. It ain't done well. So we can improve it. That's all I'm saying.
It ain't done right. It just all needs to be there waiting for him so he can just, God forbid, it's in there, but it ain't in there right. We're going to fight because it's in there.
If I've got to go figure out what the hell you did every time, then it isn't done right. It should be done the same way every time.
Okay, but then we may have to compromise on the right way because I'm the one putting the shit in there. So just because what works for you, we might have to compromise on what also works for me. Okay. I have a question about automation.
What?
So why, when you get up in the morning, this is about our bedroom. Why, when you get up in the morning, does the red light stay on your side of the bed?
Because something's broken and I haven't had time to fix it.
Okay. Mr. Efficiency. Oh, Mr. Automation. He's so mad at me. He's so mad. Are you gonna have a meltdown? You love working with me. This is what people have been concerned about, and you're just letting them win.
You're really getting on my fucking nerves right now. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, that's because you're in like hungover, stressed out mode, and I'm in like perky turkey mess with you mode.
Well, I don't know. I guess we got a lot to work on.
Yeah. Cheers.
Sure.
I'll drink beer during my process improvement training.
Yeah.
One thing I am worried about. You know what I'm worried about? This is
What?
one of my worries. I don't think I've shared this with you yet. I'm like anticipating it. Is because like people think, and maybe this won't happen, but I feel like people are going to think I'm not working anymore. And
Why does that worry you? Who cares though?
Well, because I feel like they're going to like start expecting more out of me. like not like I don't do a lot, but you know what I mean? Like you're not working,
Oh yeah.
like certain people.
Like needy people.
Yeah. Like not everybody, you know what I mean? But like
I
try to explain that to everybody. Like I'm still working. I've just had two jobs,
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say this online then, but I think that potentially you can have a lot more free time. I mean, I was thinking there'll probably be a lot of days where you don't need to work more than a couple hours or something,
Yeah, well, it's definitely like either you're working all day, or, you know what I mean? It's just, and then sometimes it's like for months.
Yeah.
But we
okay.
do. I work on the weekends too.
You're the woman, even if you weren't working at all and you were just at home, that would be like, that's socially acceptable.
I was like,
I'm
is
not
that
gonna
an
say
option?
that's not an option. I need help. I mean, if you want to go help me hire somebody to help, then go for it.
Yeah, maybe one day. I don't know.
But yeah, it's like, so it would be different if like I just quit my job and then people would be like, stay at home dad.
I don't want to like knock that, but that does give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And I don't. Why is that thing making noise? It was like clicking.
I don't know. I could never do it, but I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't know. I mean, taking care of the kids awesome. And the household and all that is definitely a job.
It is. I think any dad that would do that, it's like so sweet. But then there's part of me that's like the male, like how men and women connect is like feeling safe and provided for.
Yeah.
And if you were the one providing financially,
I don't think I could do it, but
well, I think as a woman, even subconsciously, if you were the one like solely providing financially. I don't know. Maybe it'd be different in like creator world. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Creator
don't know.
world
I
could
mean,
be
if you had a
different.
TikTok that blew up and was
Yeah.
making all kind of money, I'd be like, shit, I'll quit my
But you would
job.
still be helping me, so you would still be
Yeah,
working,
I would
right?
be doing something.
But
I think I'd still have a job no matter what.
but even as like a woman, like we want to feel safe, right? And we want to feel provided for.
Yeah.
And I think if you were just like the breadwinner in like a normal 9 to 5 situation, there would be like a part of you subconsciously that would like wander or question.
As a woman.
As a woman, because
Yeah.
we crave to be like, we don't know it when we're young, but we crave to be provided for. Not like we don't want to work and we don't want to contribute, but it's like something really hot about a guy like
Well,
taking care of things.
it's ingrained in your DNA, I think. That's just the
It
way
is,
we're
but
hardwired.
I was ruined though. I came from like a really bad relationship, and then I was like Miss Independent. And that had a lot to do with like I've been controlled and told how I can spend money, and you know, when I didn't work and blah blah blah. And so that like just I hated that. I don't like anybody telling me what to do. I'm like strong-willed. I don't like that. And so I think that, you know, I was like Miss Independent forever, but I think, you know, as I got a little older, late 20s and 30s, you start realizing like what a woman naturally, subconsciously like wants.
Well, that's probably part of getting older, but also like when you're younger, that's just society basically just ingrains that stuff. Like woman, you know, independent woman, and I liked you because you were independent, you know, still do, right? So
I mean, no one wants a needy.
no knock on that, but it's just ingrained in our society, you know, independent woman, I don't need no man, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Mine didn't come from that. I didn't listen to that shit.
But it's still, I mean, listen to the music, all the stuff. It's definitely like pushed really hard. So women are like, young girls, like, I don't need no man in my life. I take care of my, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, so that's a lot of it. But it's just we're all hardwired a certain way. But you just got to realize it.
But to defend women like myself that think that way, there are a lot of men who, when they are the breadwinners and they provide financially, they control the woman and what she can spend and what she's allowed. And there's like this, and not every man, like you're a great, like there are a lot of, it works for a lot of people, but there are some personalities that are like that and they have like some kind of control. And so like, I do get, cause I came from it, why I felt that way. I'm like, what? Like, you know, I don't like that. But now I'm like, I want to be dependent, you know, like, I'm over this. This is not how it's supposed to be, whatever. Anyway, that was part of me being scared to quit. You know, that was like one of my fears is like you've never done this. Like we talked, like you were like one day, like, what's really holding you back? And I was like, are you going to start telling me like, I can't go to like get my nails done? Are you going to start being like weird about money? Are you going to start like, if I want to help one of the kids financially, you're going to tell me no? There's something about like me just bringing home my own paycheck that made me feel independent and like I was contributing, even though like I know I'm contributing and I'm helping you with your business. I'm literally running your business but I'm doing my own thing too. I just have because
separate paycheck.
Yeah, I just have that fear of like not being able to take care of myself financially.
Well, and what did I say when
you said I've never done that, but I had to check, right? Because some men, when they start
but that doesn't matter. Some men doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't, but it was a legitimate like in the back of my head, like I hope this doesn't like flip a switch and he's going to be like, and you joked a lot about me going to Starbucks and I was like, I want to go get a coffee. Like
it was not legitimate because I've never been that way. In your female head, I guess it was legitimate.
It was just a fear.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, you feel the way you feel, but I've never been that way. There's no reason to think that just because our employment situation changes that I'm all of a sudden going to be like controlling about money and who's spending.
I just had to double check, you know.
It's like, I was like, you think I'm going to just wake up and start checking our bank accounts every day? I
was like
I haven't checked our bank account in 6 months. I don't even know what's going on in there. Like, come on.
But I am really excited, like, you know, and I'm not going to like beat the harp. This isn't going to be like a podcast of Caroline quit her job, but I am like super excited to like, I'm just excited for like what's coming, and happy, and I'm ready. I'm ready to feel free. And I don't think I quite still feel free.
Somebody asked in the last live stream that I did on my YouTube channel if you're going to be showing up in more videos and stuff now that you're not employed. I can't say that, I guess. Like
I'm not.
Now
I
that
am
you're
employed.
Now that you're
work
working
for you. I've
yeah.
been employed.
I don't like saying that either. I don't really like saying that you work for me either. Cause
what do we say?
I don't know, working with me, I guess, or whatever.
But I've been doing that. I think that's the confusing thing. It's like not like I'm just starting. It's been
right.
years.
But now that you don't have a 9-to-5 job, are you going to be showing up in more of my YouTube videos?
Do they want it? Do y'all want me to? You should see me trying to like explain some specs on a product.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there we go. We can start divvying up some of the jobs here. I'll let you review a new product, and you can just give us your perspective on it.
I mean, I'll do it, whatever. I'll be really bad at it. You better tape a picture somewhere up there I can look at when I'm talking to a camera, or I'll be like looking over here.
A picture of a person, of a face, so it feels like you're talking to a person.
Yes, you better put it on the camera. I don't know. I think I might run your followers off. They're like, I didn't sign up to see her. They signed up to see you.
Might get some new ones.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We'll see.
Eve Aqua video.
Swimsuit edition. It would be fun. I mean, it's been fun. Like I've been playing around just with different things. That's part of the fun of YouTube and working for yourself is you can kind of do whatever you want, really, in a sense. And I like trying new things. I did have you in my recent video when we went to IKEA. Had you in that a little bit more, and I think it'd be fun to have some more just like real life stuff. Oh, we talked about it in this podcast that after we went to IKEA, we were like, there's no other Apple stores in South Carolina. And then a couple of comments were like, there's one in Greenville. I don't know. Did you see those comments? And I didn't realize that. So I'm actually going to Greenville tomorrow for a doctor's appointment, and I will be stopping by the Apple store in Greenville.
You going by yourself?
So thank you for the tip.
Did they tell us that? We just forgot. He might have said Greenville, or maybe he said he wasn't sure.
Who?
I feel like we asked him about Greenville.
I don't remember if we asked that.
Well, are you going by yourself?
Probably. Yeah, it looks like it.
God.
Since you can't come.
Apple stores are so boring. I don't know what you're going to find in there.
I actually might. I don't know.
Might what?
I know.
I know what he's going to come home with.
I got something in mind.
An Apple Watch.
No, I'll wait till the new one comes out. But some new MacBook Pros just came out.
Oh my God. I just quit my job. I'm about to book a vacation.
We got to get things efficient around here.
Oh.
That might require a new MacBook.
I tried to tell you to get the bigger screen one.
That was years ago. They didn't offer. I'm literally running on the first MacBook Pro.
Would you sell that one?
M1 chip.
Or give it to Macy? Maybe give it to Macy.
I could still use it for some other stuff, for something else. But yeah, it was literally the only size that they had with Apple Silicon at the time. So I got it, and it's been a great computer. I'm still rocking with it. But every now and then I'm like, wait for a new one to come out. Might be time.
So he goes without me in this Apple store to make or on this trip or whatever. He's like, oh, I'll stop at this Greenville Apple store. Actually, I'm not going to be with you.
Actually, that just came to me. Just here, sitting here. Yeah.
He'll come back with a watch.
I want to get
watch and computer mark.
I want to get the other. There's a new strap that they sell for the Apple Vision Pro. I kind of want to get one of those too. It's crazy. It's like $100 for.
Where is this Apple store? Is it in downtown Greenville?
I have no idea. I haven't been to Greenville in
I've never been to Greenville,
so I don't even know. I'll figure it out though. All right. Well, we will get back to you guys next week and let you know how this thing is going.
Well, no. I mean, I don't want this to be like Caroline Quit Her Job podcast, but we'll probably have some bickerments.
It's definitely going to be us working together from here on out.
It is.
So
also,
you'll see it unravel. Maybe like our 100th episode, we do like a live
100? How many have we done? 30?
We're already like almost 30 in.
That seems like a lot, though. It's been a lot. If you have any experience with these catastrophe policies, somebody comment. I need help. I have like 20-something days to figure this whole thing out so that I'm not paying $1,600 a month and a $15,000 deductible. So if you have any tips, leave a comment. Thanks for listening to us.
More insurance talk. Ugh.
Shut up. I'm going to slam him down. He only smiles when he talks about the Apple store.
That's right. See y'all next week.
Bye.